Hi everyone, my name is Mark Wexmonsky. I'm the geriatric nurse clinician with the Arlington Council on Aging, and welcome to another episode of Living Out Loud. And today I'm with the delightful Miss Marcy Shapiro-Ide, who's one of our social workers here at the Senior Center. And we wanted to introduce you to her to talk about intergenerational programming, the winter blues, and other programming events that are going on here in town. So Marcy, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And so for the audience who's yet to meet you, could you describe what you do for the Arlington Council on Aging?
Sure. I guess I really consider myself a problem solver, and I help anybody with any issues they're having financially, access to food, housing, you name it, we will help someone solve the problem, that as long as they're 60 or older.
Do you provide therapy for folks if they're having?
No, we don't generally do therapy. Of course, if someone's having a moment and we need to have a conversation, that's totally okay, and then I will refer them to a therapist for long-term care.
Okay. And so being with the town, you've been for the town for
5 years.
5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And what are some of the major things that you've seen here in town that seniors often have questions or issues about?
Well, we help people a lot with SNAP, with food stamp applications. That seems to be a big one these days, and access to food. So we're very lucky that we're a drop site for food links. So encouraging people to come in and get the food that we have, to go to the food pantry. And also just, this time of year can feel a little isolating, so making sure that people come in and have some social time as well. And, just checking on people, making sure they're okay in the cold and that their heat's working.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, thank you. And so you mentioned isolation during the winter time, which kind of brings up the topic of the winter blues. Because it's cold outside, folks are more likely to stay inside to keep warm, which means they might be socially isolated, or as folks age, their friends or family member may pass, or folks may not be around to engage in that kind of wintertime social activities. So what are some things that folks can do to ameliorate their winter blues?
Yeah, well, first off, I think it's important to remind people that if they need help with snow shoveling or anything like that, we do have we have the Links program, where we link them up with a middle school student in their neighborhood who, for a small fee, will help them do some shoveling. And then I would encourage people to try to keep as social as they can. Remember that we have two vans that operate throughout the winter, so don't be shy, and as long as you have some sand down on your walk, we will get you to the senior center and home safely. And our programs run throughout the winter, and people should definitely take advantage of that. We're always looking for volunteers to help out at programs too, so just as long as you can sort of stay in touch with people or give us a call and let us know if you need us to come say hi to you too, we can do that as well.
Thank you. So you talked about a lot of programs that are going on in winter and actually throughout the year at the Senior Center. In your experience, being with the town for 5 years, what type of programs have you helped to create, craft, administer?
Yeah, so I have been charged with increasing our intergenerational programs. That's something that we were kind of lacking in for a while, and intergenerational programs have been found to be very effective for both children and seniors. They both benefit from those types of programs. So I attended an intergenerational boot camp last year, and we've made some nice connections with the Boys and Girls Club. So we have high school students coming over once a month to help seniors with technology that they may, have gotten a cell phone and they don't know how to use it. Someone may have given them an iPad, or they bought themselves a Nook or a Kindle. And so the seniors will sign up, and the kids will spend 20 minutes with you one-on-one, and really show them how to use their device. And it's been wonderful. We've been filling up every month, and the kids are really enjoying it as well. And it's a great experience for them to sort of talk to an actual person. They are so comfortable with technology, yet not as comfortable with people.
Right.
So they benefit that way. And then we try to partner with kids on every level. So we have preschoolers coming from the Boys and Girls Club, we aim for once a month to have them come over and sing. They love to sing their holiday theme songs or whatever, the season is. They'll often bring little things that they've made with them as well to give as gifts. And so they're coming over about once a month. And then usually a couple times a year, I partner with an elementary school to have either elementary kids come over and do an iPad project, or right now we're doing a program called Bridges Together, where we've partnered with the Dallin School, and we have 14 seniors who are going to the Dallin School once a week for 6 weeks. We're on next week will be our 6th week, and it's been very successful. Small group meetings during the students' library time. There's a set topic that they discuss, so they don't have to be shy that they don't know what to talk about. And it's been wonderful. We're going to be running it again in the spring because there are 2 more 5th grade classes that need to participate. So we'll be recruiting more seniors. We do provide transportation to the school if someone needs to get to the Dallin.
Okay.
And so we've been doing that. In the past, we've had an intergenerational book club. If any senior out there watching is interested in starting that back up again, we'd love to have that. That was with the high school kids. And then we've partnered in the past with the middle school to have them come over and work with seniors on iPads and exploring seniors' history through looking up things on an iPad, whether it's using Google Maps to see the house they grew up in, what does it look like now, or a song they remember from high school. Can we find that on YouTube for them and show them, a clip if it was on a TV show or whatever the case may be, or pulling up a newspaper article from a date in history that means something to the seniors. So that's been a very successful program, and we'll be running that again most likely in the spring.
And it's been successful because every time you've had the program here at the Senior Center, it's well attended by the students, the seniors themselves. Everyone's really engaged, and the feedback is overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, everybody loves it. We usually have more seniors than we can have groups of people, so it's kind of nice. There's definitely a lot of interest in that. And we're always looking for new ideas, and we're looking to expand the Bridges Together to other schools probably next school year.
Okay. And so you've been, again, very engaged with the intergenerational, gaps here in town with seniors and youth. Are there other populations that you try to engage with more among the senior community, the LGBT groups? If you could elaborate more on that.
So we started the LGBT senior group probably about 4 years ago. And one of our main things we did is we trained all the staff to make every area of the senior center more friendly and open to anybody who may visit. We created a welcome statement, which is in every newsletter. At the very top, there's a banner with our welcoming statement. The staff worked very hard on that. I think you were a part of that process, most likely.
We were part of the feedback group, right?
Yeah,
yes.
So that was very important to us that we state that we were open and accepting of everybody in town who may want our services. And then we have a new group, probably within the last year. We've partnered with the Robbins Library, and we have an intergenerational LGBT movie club.
That's a lot right there.
It's a lot. It's a big name, but it's been wonderful, and we show movies every other month. Our movies, our dates are planned through June as of right now, but we're going to keep going. And we had a movie Tuesday night, was our most recent showing, and I had 37 people show up to that, and it was very wonderful.
Yeah.
So we do that. We're doing a game night where people can come and either bring their own board games. We may use a Wii. We can do trivia. We'll be just having a little social gathering with some games and cocoa, some snacks. That will be in January, and it's in our January newsletter.
Yeah.
So, and I'm also looking for more ideas. If anybody has anything they'd like us to do for that, they can always contact me.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah.
And I know there's one other group, and we're kind of running short on time, and that's a group helping for those who are having issues related to clutter, to learn how to declutter and identify things and work on removing some of the things in the house that sometimes can be problematic on a variety of different levels: safety issues, falling, fire hazards, locking doors, those type things. And so sometimes folks think that cluttering is synonymous with hoarding, with those who have hoarding behaviors. And so trying to deconstruct the thought process of why things need to be discarded and reducing safety and those type things.
Yeah,
So.
we're currently running a 14-week decluttering group, which was open to anybody in Arlington. And so I did have a good response from that. And we are using a proven method with a book that we provided to everybody through the grant that we got to run the program. And I really like it. This is the first time I've run this group, but it really is common sense, very slow approach to working on this issue, which is a huge issue. I mean, it's not new, but it's new in terms of it being talked about and people coming forward and saying, I have issues with this. So yes, it's been a wonderful group, very supportive for the members in the group to have other people with similar issues. And I think it is very motivational, and it's going to really help people long term. It has, exercises and homework, and yeah, it's been great.
Good.
Yeah.
And I know that sometimes folks who have these issues, hoarding behaviors or cluttering issues, sometimes they're very fearful to express it to others that they have, this challenge. And just to remind folks that the Cluttering Group is a safe space to, work on
Definitely.
ideas and disclose it to folks. And when that disclosure is made, it's not shared with any other type of presumed nefarious agencies to,
Right. People are
push
sometimes
things.
concerned. We
Right.
would report them to Board of Health or something like that, but we do not do that. And unless, of course, it was like a major health issue that we would just have to report anyways. But no, we're very willing to work with people, and as long as they're working on things, there's no need for that. So, yeah.
So that pretty much summarizes all the things that, some of the things that we're doing here at the Senior Center, and part of it is you lead that work, which is awesome. So I want you to thank you for joining us today. Is there anything else you wanted to speak with our audience about? Anything in particular? No?
I think that's it, unless there's something else.
So
you want
Marcy
me
and I were talking before that we're going to try to collaborate more and do some more creative programming for Living Out Loud and ACMI and the Senior Center. So be on the lookout for that. So that's super exciting. Again, it's cold out, so if you're having heating issues or you have access to food, transportation, whatnot, please think of the Senior Center. Our phone number is 781-316-3400. Get in contact with staff. We'll be able to help you out with virtually anything you might need help with. And thank you for joining us on this another episode of Living Out Loud.